What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the latest edition of my journey through Star Trek, the original series. And it's been a few weeks since I've watched Star Trek. As I said, it's been with a new job, new schedule. It's been trying to readjust the patterns during the week of recording and everything, so it's kind of just changed a bit. But this episode is season 1, episode 25, The Devil in the Dark. As I said, I've really come to really enjoy this season. I think there's been a lot of really interesting episodes, and as always, just hoping for a bit of the same. Don't know anything about this, didn't read the premise, so just going in completely blind. But guys, if you'd like to support the channel further, there'll be a full uncut reaction to this episode. That'll be my Patreon page, link will be in the description if you'd like to become a patron. There's different tiers with different perks, so if you want to join that would be fantastic. And of course, anyone who follows me on the YouTube channel itself, always really appreciate the support as well. The comments really does mean a lot and helps us continue doing this. But with that said, let's watch the latest episode of Star Trek. Well, I say latest episode, but latest one on my journey. Okay, we're on a planet, I'm assuming. Kind of has a vibe, a little bit of Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Quiet. Didn't see a thing, Chief.
Nobody ever does. Whatever the thing is, it's already killed 50 people. All those other people before the monster got them.
I'm sorry, Schmitter. I know how you feel, but we've got to have guards.
Oh, he's being left alone? Wait, he's being left alone and like 50 people have already been killed by this thing. Doesn't seem wise.
Schmitter. Like the rest of them. Burned to a crisp.
Space. Yeah, that's definitely got me hooked into this episode.
These are the voyages of the Starship.
Distress call from the Pergeum production station on Janus 6 has brought the Enterprise to that long-established colony. If mining conditions weren't so difficult, Janus 6 could supply the mineral needs of 1,000 planets.
I don't know what this butchering monster is, but I know what it's doing. We found them. Seared to a crisp.
Volcanic activity?
There is no current volcanic activity on this planet, Captain.
I'd like to examine the body.
We kept it for you. There isn't much left.
It's big and shaggy.
Ed shot it.
You mean shot at it?
No, I mean shot it.
Fascinating.
A good, clean shot.
Why is Spock being really so condescending almost?
Production has stopped and nobody will go into the lower levels, and I don't blame them.
Would you, after all that?
Have to do something about it.
That many people dying.
That's why we're here.
To say the least. Pure silicon.
A few trace elements. Look, we didn't call you here so you could collect rocks.
Schmitter didn't burn to death, Jim. Not in the usual sense, anyway.
Explain that.
Well, there are only fragments of bone and teeth left. Almost as if he'd been thrown into a vat of extremely corrosive acid.
Oh, God. What a way to go. Maybe it wants this area and the people are just happen to be in the way. It's not really about killing the people. Why would you even go and look for it now? You're hearing those sounds. Like, you know what it can do. Jeez. It's like a horror, this episode, isn't it?
Look at that.
Wouldn't touch it, Captain. An extremely active corrosive. Traces may linger.
Circulating pump for the entire reactor. It's gone.
Same indication shown at the door, Captain.
Maybe it's lived here for like
The pump mechanism, the reactor will go
thousands of years of some ancient figure.
How about this? A creature that lives deep in the planet below us. It would have to have some form of natural armor plating.
It could explain much,
People have phase number 2.
which I could adjust to be more effective against silicon.
Silicone-based life is physiologically impossible.
It may be, Doctor, that the creature can exist for brief periods in such an atmosphere before.
You seem fascinated by this rock.
Yes, Captain. You recall that Vandenberg commented there were thousands of these.
It's a plumber's nightmare, but it'll hold for a bit.
It has to hold longer than a bit.
I'm sorry, sir. That's about the best I can do.
Proceed from level to level, checking out every foot of opening. Some sort of creature
He's sending them to their graves.
is
is what
highly
he's doing.
resistant to phaser fire. Your
Hey,
phaser
thing.
creature may or may not attack on sight, however, you must. It is vitally important that we get this installation.
And if it doesn't work on level 2, can they expand it up to a higher setting again? Or...
Copy.
No, sir. Silicon.
Oh, rumbling. Shoot! Shoot! Well, that plan worked well, didn't it?
You never even had a chance to fire, Captain.
Detect anything? How come they didn't pick up anything even if he was nearby? Like, they were near your man who died, and they still didn't take anything of the monster.
This tunnel, my readings indicate it was made within the hour. Moments ago, in fact.
Are you certain?
Positive.
The best machinery couldn't cut a tunnel like this. Not even with phasers.
Indeed, Captain. I'm quite at a loss.
Holy shit! Okay, it worked.
Readings indicate a maze of tunnels of this general category in that direction.
Did you get a shot at it?
Yes, we took a bite out of it.
Silicon-based.
Summation.
We are dealing with a silicon creature of the deep rocks.
We knew it was a killer. Now it's wounded. Probably in pain, somewhere back there. There's nothing more dangerous than a wounded animal.
Well, it's because it might find another way to defend itself now. Like, evolve.
If it is the only survivor of a dead race, to kill it would be a crime against science.
But the amount of people it's killed.
Our mission is to protect this colony. I'm sorry, Mr. Spock. But I'm afraid the creature must die. Maintain it. It is definitely resistant, but it can be hurt. And if it can be hurt, it can be killed. Mr. Spock?
Effort to surround it, possibly capture it.
Your orders are shoot to kill.
Possibly capture it.
Commander Giotto, disperse your search parties.
That was sneaky from Spock there.
Capture it? I don't recall giving any such order.
I merely thought that if the opportunity arose...
I will lose no more men. The creature will be killed on sight, and that's the end of it.
I'm wondering Kirk didn't trust him in this moment because of his kind of want to preserve the creature, you know?
Very good.
Start immediate evacuation of all colonists to the Enterprise.
Not all of them, Captain. I and some of my key personnel are staying.
How much longer, Scotty?
The reactor will go supercritical in about 10 hours, sir. You have that long to find the mechanism.
We'll go through that tunnel there. Rendezvous with Commander Giotto. Appel? The rest of the men go through there.
Captain, we are being watched.
Why? The creature? The music even sounds like Planet of the Apes. Dunk, 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 dunk.
Explain.
Only a theory I have.
Yes, Mr. Spock, all right. We seem to have had a cave-in.
Fire. Or get the hell out of there. It understands.
Kirk here.
Captain, I've just read some fresh signs. The creature is in this area.
It's not necessary, Mr. Spock. I know exactly where the creature is.
Where, Captain?
In front of me.
It's not making any threatening moves, Spock.
You don't dare take the chance, Captain.
So you know that the roles have reversed.
Kept alive. Captured, if possible.
Jim, your life is in danger.
Well, you can be hurt, can't you?
If...
No, don't shoot.
But if a person killed 50 people, wouldn't you... I guess they'd probably imprison the person, or... Like, you're only learning on the fly. I don't know if I would take these kind of risks with it, knowing what it can do.
Yes.
It's collecting.
They're all through here. I know it's a terrible personal lowering of the mental barriers.
I'll try.
Well, just make sure you keep your phaser locked in on it.
Pain! Pain! Pain!
Keep the phaser on!
That's all I got, Captain. Waves and waves of searing pain.
Oh.
No kill eye.
Nothing at all like a wounded creature. It calls itself a Horta.
Horda.
Spock, you must reestablish communications. I want to know why it suddenly took to murder.
The thousands. Devils. Chamber of the Ages. The altar of tomorrow. Strike back. Monsters!
Spock, Joe. It's wounded badly. You've got to help it.
Help that?
Imagine if he did help it and then they killed all three of them. Can he help it?
The thing is virtually made out of stone.
Help it. Treat it.
I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
You're a healer. The mechanism.
Understood. Go out. Into the tunnel. Sadness. For the end of things.
Did they do something? The colonists or the group that were on here mentioned about children. Did they kill children or something?
I found the unit in there. It's in pretty good shape. I also found about 1 million of these. They're eggs, aren't they?
Yes, Captain.
That's what I was
Eggs.
thinking.
And about to hatch.
Their operations destroyed thousands. No wonder.
There.
No, don't fire!
Kill it!
First man that fires is dead. Killed thousands of her children.
What?
Those round silicon nodules that you've been collecting in
1,000 years, the entire race dies. All but one. Like this one. But the eggs live.
Did they know that?
And she fought back in the only way she knew how. As any mother would fight. When her children are in danger.
They harbor ill will toward no one.
Oh, look, we have per diem to deliver.
The Horta moves through rock the way we move through air, and it leaves tunnels. The greatest natural miners in the universe, seems to me. And your process operation would be 1,000 times more profitable.
Work together after all that.
Sounds all right if it'll work.
Won't die. By golly, Jim, I'm beginning to think I can cure a rainy day.
Can you help?
Helped it? I cured it.
I wanted to tell you the eggs have started to hatch, Captain. First thing the little devils do is start the tunnel. You know, the Horta aren't so bad once you get used to their appearance. Well, that's...
What Sheep Vanderberg said about the Horta is exactly what the mother Horta said to me. Humanoid appearance, revolting, but she thought she could get used to it.
Oh, she did she? To make any comment about those ears?
Vulcan.
Not specifically. The most attractive human characteristic of all. I didn't have the heart to tell her that only I have...
She really liked those ears?
Captain, I see no reason to stand here and be insulted.
What I could do for a change anyway, with all the stuff you say about humans. Okay, that was Devil in the Dark, and I thought this was a very good episode. I liked initially how it started off as kind of like, I said, like a horror, and I liked kind of the mystery of the creature in kind of, we don't know what it is, and for the first 20 minutes we didn't see it. I kind of like that, just it was being taught about, and often that's very good in horror, the idea or presence of something. It's that mystery, you haven't seen it, but just thinking about it often is makes it scarier, more mysterious, and more kind of almost threatening. But I did kind of like, I guess, the idea that they added depth to it then by showing that like there was more to this creature than just being a mindless killer. There was a reason behind the madness, that her babies were being destroyed. So I kind of figured something like that had happened when they mentioned about murder. So I thought that was a nice little change of twist on the narrative. So it added a bit of depth to it. I also like the idea that like Spock, you see that kind of thing where he just slips in the little thing about capture if we can, and like Kirk has a reaction like, "Oh, I never said that." Like that was sneaky from Spock, but it was interesting. A little kind of little seeds of a battle there between Spock and Kirk, which I liked as well. And then we see how it's flipped, and like Spock is telling Kirk to kill it, and Kirk is kind of showing the attitude that Spock had initially, where no, he's kind of seen another side and another alternative, I guess, approach to dealing with the situation. So I love the setting as well, the underground setting. So all in all, I thought it was a very fun episode. But guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts on Devil in the Dark, and where would this rank among your favourite episodes in Star Trek TOS original series. Would love to hear what you think. But until next time, guys, slán full.